Hello everybody, and welcome back to Animal Crossing New Leaf. Welcome, Amiibo! Oh no, we have mail. That's only one letter. From Velma. We need to talk to. The Silk Carpet of Maya is looking for a new home. It's used, but still in great shape. You don't mind used things, do you? I'm sure it'll fit right in your place. I mean, I'm not gonna use it, but I'll gladly sell it to retail. How much of a jerk move would that be if I literally went in, like, steel flooring? Yeah, it needs recycled real bad. Steel's pretty good for recycling. Like, if I take the flooring and just, like, put it on one of the stands in retail, it's like, yes. Okay, Crazy Red is in town. The craziest of reds. But, yeah, I'm trying to think of things to actually talk about today. Sign of a Animal Crossing New Leaf video. Trying to think of things to actually talk about. Like, it's a lot harder than you would think to, you know. Wait. Fireworks show starts at 7 p.m. this coming Sunday. It's not summer without a few fireworks. Don't miss it. Okay, I didn't know that was a thing. So, this coming Sunday. So, okay. Neat. I'll need to remember that. I guess next Sunday is going to be a two-parter, in a way. Of like, you know, 2 recordings. Much like today's going to be, because I can almost guarantee we're not going to... Why did I do that? I need that hole there. I can pretty much guarantee we're not going to have a great turnip price, so, you know. I mean, we might. If it's like 200 bells, I might just take that immediately. Like, that would be an amazing profit margin to have. It's not going to happen, but, you know. Hello, Sky. So, cool guy. How are you today, Airmail? Oh no, I said Airmail again. When he pointed out, I have to say Airmail. It's a habit I can't shake. Okay, she's continuing to ask about this. I'm racking my brain for a new catchphrase. I can't think of anything. Wait, you're full of great ideas. What do you think I should say? What do I think you should say? I think... the temptation to go with a... I will be the bigger person. I could go with something very insensitive, but... let's see... Zoop. I don't ring now. Zoop. Yep. New catchphrase. Zoop. It's perfect. You expect me to say zoop a lot. Whoops. Good thing that was not the money rock. I saw the shovel heading for it, and I'm like, wait, no. I hit A too early. But yeah, I don't want to just sit here and rant about Intel again. But, like... I'm now up to 4 crashes playing various games, and it's not just EDF 6, because I've now had it crash while playing Star Trek Online as well. So that's fun. It's very fun. I love that for me. It's really frustrating. Like... And, like, I know I should be submitting for a warranty claim and all that, and, like, going through the RMA process, getting a new CPU that way, and I probably will still do that. I just need a new CPU first. I mean, my CPU is under warranty until next year. So, I've got time. I don't have to rush it. I basically did a warranty lookup on my CPU, mostly in hopes of figuring out, like, what batch it was from, and, like, of, like, the chiplets, not the whole CPU itself. Because, like, not chiplets, the wafers, or whatever they're called. The internals of the CPU. Because final assembly was done in Taiwan. That doesn't mean everything was made in Taiwan. And I was honestly trying to figure out if my CPU was from the factory that had the corrosion issue. So, like... it would be really nice to know if my CPU came from that batch. But I have no way of knowing. Other than contacting Intel and hoping they would be honest with me. That's not something I trust them to do. They haven't been honest with customers as a whole. Why would they be honest with one single one? Good evening, cool guy. Wait a sec. It's not evening at all. Let's try it again. Good morning. Anyway, do you need something? I want to chat. Yo, cool guy. This is short notice, but want to come see my place? Got a lot of stuff I want to show off. Yeah, I'll come over. That means I'm gonna need to find room for letters. After 10... okay, no, I'm not gonna have to, because that don't work for me, Chief. I don't know when I'll have time, but definitely not at 10:30. But, like... it's really frustrating. I literally went and grabbed... let me be careful I don't show the barcodes and stuff. I literally went and grabbed my CPU box, because I kept the thing. I've kept every box from my computer. The thing's barely over a year old. Almost everything in my computer is still under warranty. Like... I think the only box I've thrown out is the box for the computer case, and that's because it doesn't have a warranty. It just had the 30-day return period, and in an attempt to get a power supply to fit into it, I did cause damage to the case, so I wouldn't be able to return it anyway because I caused damage to the case, attempting to trim off some aluminum bits that, if they just weren't in the way, this power supply would have fit no problem. And it would have saved me, like, $100-some. But I'm glad I have a new power supply in it. Like, don't get me wrong, I am quite happy to have this power supply. So, like, I'm not complaining about that. And this power supply has, like, a 10-year warranty on it, so, like, that's some pretty good peace of mind right there. That tells me that company doesn't think there will be any problem with it for at least 10 years. Given how long a lot of places use computers, like schools and such, I don't think I have anything to worry about from the power supply anyway, but I don't overly trust anything new is kind of the thing. Which, like, you know, that's a little rant I can get into. I kind of dislike this whole argument of, things were built to last in the past. No, they weren't built to last. They just weren't as complicated. Like, a good way I can put this is, like, my old little AC fan I have that has a Peltier device in it. That little fan has less electronics in it that could possibly go wrong than, say, a modern fan that has a thermometer in it, that has an on-screen display, that has, you know, all of these extra convenient features. Because, like, You know, you would probably like an AC fan to tell you what temperature it is. You'd like it to probably tell you how dirty the air filter is. This doesn't have that. It has an air filter, it just doesn't tell you when to change it in the slightest. Like, it's an incredibly simple device. That's why older things last longer, is they're simpler. Adding two things causes complication. Let's turn price. 104. Okay. So we are starting the week with good prices. I'll wait and see what the afternoon price is like. Because, like, I'm in no big hurry to sell. I do need to check out Crazy Red, and he should now be open, because it's now 10. Which means I need to pull that guide up, because I don't know artwork, man. I know what looks good. And I'm gonna be real, a lot of, like... There is a lot of old art pieces that I look at, and I'm like... Okay, but this isn't anything special. Okay, what do you got for me this week, Red? Hopefully one of the statues I don't have. Okay, Mount Fuji's too big. His hand needs to be down, doesn't it? No! Okay, that is correct. That is actually something we need. So, it's this one, right? If his arm is angled downward, it's fake. Angled upward, it's genuine. Yeah, his arm is angled upward. The great statue! It's pretty great, ding. That's a reference none of you are gonna get, but that's fine. Well, I say none of you. There's a chance some of you might get it, but... that chance is pretty low. Okay. I'm definitely gonna need to find, like, some letter space. I think I'm gonna start with just going through the letters I currently have. Like, this one from Velma. This can go. It's just talking about giving me some floor. This one from Kurlos. I like the paper, but no. This one from Velma. Not everyone can support the stair. And no. That one can go. I feel so bad doing this, by the way. I like that letter. That's very Lobo. That one's pretty cute. Keeping that. I'll get rid of this one. Thanks for having me over the other day. Yeah, I'll toss this one. And I'll toss this one. There we go. I've got some room again. I could probably do that with basically almost every letter in our storage, and I feel so bad about that. Let's see if Velma is around right now. Because if she is, I want to stop in and talk with her, because it has been a while. She's out. Okay, she's out somewhere. I haven't seen her around town at all. Let's talk with Lobo, because he's right here. Caterpillar, you're full of pep this early in the morning, princess. So what's up? Let's talk. I'm feeling a little irritable lately, so I'm thinking about some room redecorating. Might make me feel better. You have any furniture you'd like to recommend? I'm all ears. I mean, I can definitely give it some thought. I do have a lot of drums. Hold on, let me see if I can just find some of our sets of drums. Oh, but if I give him something he already owns, he's going to be like, man, I already have that, and then I won't be able to give it to him. Let's see. I could give him a super toilet. Who doesn't love a good super toilet? I mean, come on. Could give him the bagpipes. Could give him his own pick. You know, let's try and give him the drum set. He might like it, he might not. It doesn't seem to be his style, but he does like drums. So, you know, it's definitely worth... It's worth a shot. And it is decently Lobo to have drums. It's really sleepy today. I know that feeling. I brought you a thing. Drum set. Oh, a drum set. Set this stuff up when I get home. Here, this gift is just a little token of my thanks. Take it. And we get... an extinguisher. Thanks again for the help. Trying to tell me I'm fire, Lobo? But you just trying to tell me to cool down. Hey, Rooney. Slurp. Full of pep this early in the morning. So what's up? Well, chat. There's a fish called Neon Tetra, right? It's pretty common, I think. You're just not around here, because I haven't been able to catch one at all. I can see what I can do. I'll see about doing that later, though, because I don't want to spend, like, absolutely forever in my morning recording. Whoops. Did not mean to get under the stump. Yeah, I think I will end this bit for here, and I'll meet you guys back here later today to see our afternoon turnip prices and try to catch a Neon Tetra. So, meet you guys back here later. And I'm back. Still don't really know much what to talk about. Other than, like, I have kind of made up my mind on how I'm gonna change around my computer. Like, what components. The motherboard and RAM are basically just going to be whatever is cheapest of recommended parts. Like, currently, I think it's, like, I've got, like, some CL32 6400 RAM, and one of the motherboards that Hardware Unboxed said was good. Okay. Tomorrow morning, let's hope. But, so, like, those. And depending on how it all works out. I mean, first let's talk with, Gabby. Bun Bunny. Hello, Pizza Bun. What's up? Let's chat. Like, whoa, I heard the wildest story ever. I don't know whether to believe it. Apparently somewhere in this very town, there's a rock that spits out money when you hit it. Maybe it's a true story. But either way, if you have a shovel, no reason not to try hitting rocks, right? You score a lot of cash from rocks, it's an easy way to gather it up. Yeah. I know. I know about the money rock. I've been through this. Let's come have a coffee. I'm currently looking into possibly getting a 7900 non-X. Depending on how the prices work out, I might end up getting the 9900. Probably X. Unless they do a non-X version, which would be really cool if they do non-X versions again. And like, okay. From every benchmark I've been looking at, the 9900, well, 7900, but yeah, the 9900, that hasn't been benchmarked yet. Well, it probably has been, it's just not out from its NDA yet. The 7900 non-X with Precision Boost Overdrive running, which would allow the CPU to basically run with whatever wattage it can manage, is either on par or better than my current CPU in basically everything I care about. Like, there's a couple games I would lose a little bit of performance in, but it's not a big deal. I can handle that. I'm okay with it. And productivity, I'd have quite a big boost even without PBO. Without PBO, I'm still not that far behind where I am now in terms of gaming performance and still get a production uplift. So I could just run it stock, no PBO, and I'd be fine. The thing I'm not fond of, and shall say after I talk with Velma, Come to my house, Steven. So, what did you want? I want to chat. Thanks for stopping by. I love having guests over, Billy. I just want to come and have a chat. Her house is very lovely. Like, the only issue I have with the 7900 is how that CPU is designed could cause some problems. It's not quite this simple, but the easiest way I can describe it is that the CPU is effectively 2 CPUs in one. It has 2 CCDs, which are basically like this spot with all the cores on it. And each one is 6 cores, for a total of 12 cores. But that means for the CPU to do a workload that requires it to talk between those, that there is going to be some latency involved. Hey Carlos, I don't know if we've talked with you yet today. Hey, I've been hoping to see you, cool guy. What's going on? Let's chat. Hey cool guy, did you know the train you see traveling from town to town is 4th generation? Till the 3rd generation, everything was based on the first generation designs with only minor changes, but the 4th generation is different. Inherited DNA from the 1st gen... What are you talking about, Carlos? I think the Rapid LS012 series with the... That's fair, Carlos. He loves his trains. Power to him, man. Like... But yeah, as an alternative, and like... I could realistically get either of them. I could get the 7800X3D, where I would lose production performance to gain gaming performance. Cause sweet fish. Ooh, new fish. And like, I don't know what I want to do. Because my plan... Assuming that this works out. If it doesn't work out, I'm just kind of screwed, honestly. If this doesn't work out, I'll have to go 12900K. And just... Yeah. It'll suck, but that'll be what I'll have to do. I'm going to basically outright buy the motherboard and CPU, and then... Not CPU. Motherboard and RAM, and then get the CPU on a payment plan. So realistically, I could get either of them, and it still fits within my budget. The problem is I may not get, you know, I may not be able to get the CPU through payment plan, which would really suck. And like I said, would basically mean I have to go with just buying the 12900 and sticking with everything else about my computer staying the same. Which kind of sucks, if I'm honest. I don't want to stay with Intel. I want to get off Intel, but AMD is just so expensive. Like, I was really hoping that, like, by this point, the AM5 CPUs / platform would be more affordable to get onto. Like, AM5 has been around for a little while now. Same with DDR5 memory, and the price seems to have stabilized. There doesn't really seem like there's going to be a budget option, and like, that sucks. I mean, technically there is a budget CPU right now. It's just, from everything I've seen, it's something to be avoided completely. Because it's just kind of a waste of money. Like, ooh, another new fish. Giant snakehead, but where's the rest of the snake? So hey, I got a couple new fish for our museum. That's pretty cool. It's not the neon tetra I need, but, you know. That might be. If it notices the bobber. There we go. Like, it's just really annoying. Like... Which is also kind of frustrating, because, like, I could transition to AM4 as well. Which is also something I've considered, and I might, instead of going 12900, transition to AM4. But that feels a little backwards. You know? I'm going from a newer platform to an older platform, and I would definitely be losing production performance in a pretty big way with what I could do AM4-wise. Because with AM4, all I'd need to do is buy CPU motherboard, I can reuse my RAM. And I could get the 5700X3D, which should be a pretty solid gaming CPU. Probably even better than my 13600. Production performance would tank. Which is the problem. I would lose quite the amount of my production performance. Which would kind of suck. But I would be at least roughly where I am on gaming performance. Like, these are the things I'm having to deal with because, you know, this, as sad as this is gonna sound, currently this is my job and it doesn't pay me anything. So, you know, I have little dividends from the Canadian government every 3 months, and that is the extent of my money. I'd love to have more money. I'd love to have a proper job. If I did, I probably wouldn't be able to put as much time into these videos, but I could probably still get these videos made. Like, let's be real, I could probably still do it. I would need to probably use, like, early bird ordinance or something, unless, like, I had an afternoon job. But, like, there's just nothing around. I'd love to get another night job. That's for more practical reasons. Like, I'd be fine working the day as long as it's somewhere I could actually trust. But, like, working nights, you make extra. Like, just simply for working nights, you get an extra $1.40 something an hour. Which, like, when our minimum wage is $15, that's like $16.40 an hour. Like, that's pretty nice. You know. It's still not a huge amount, but, you know. The thing I will always find funny is hearing, like, company owners and CEOs and people making, like, 6 to 7 figure salaries complaining that nobody wants to work for even, like, $15 or $16 an hour. For those of you who have never done this math, let me pull up my calculator so I can guarantee I'm giving you accurate information. So there is 52 weeks in a year. So let's imagine for a moment that you're making, let's just go $15 an hour. You're working 40 hours a week. So that's $600 a week before any deductions. There are deductions, but this is gross pay before deductions. $600 a week. 52 weeks in a year, that's $31,200. That's really not that much money in the grand scheme of things. Not when you consider that, you know, company owner or CEO complaining that no one wants to work for that amount of money. Makes probably that in a week. And then complains that no one wants to put in hard work anymore. They've probably never worked for that amount of money. They don't know how little that amount of money matters. Like, you literally have to get into the, like, even like $24 an hour range before you start making comfortable money. And, like, that's gross pay. That's not even, like, your taxes coming off it. Have I had my coffee yet today? I don't remember, so let's come see. I don't know if Brewster will let us OD on coffee, so... Yeah, okay, I've already had it today. Couldn't remember, my man. It's literally a thing of, like, that's why most people need 2 incomes. It's because even at $15 an hour, to get a comfortable living, you kind of need 2 jobs. Because, well, 2 people, 2 incomes. Because, like, it's just not enough. I mean, like, when you consider, like, a cheap house, for instance, is, you know, probably going to run you $120,000 or more. Like, that right there is if you had no expenses whatsoever, you're saving for 4 years of, you know, no expenses, and you don't have to pay tax, or, you know, your gross pay is what you get. It would be 4 years of saving to get a house. Given gross pay and all that, and I mean, technically you would be getting a mortgage, but paying for the house outright is far better because, you know, you're not paying more for it than it's actually worth because that mortgage will have interest on it and you pay the interest. But like, when you factor in the expenses of life, like, $15 an hour isn't much. Like, alright, let's go again of, let's say, you know, you're on that $31,200 gross pay a year. Well, now let's say you're living in an apartment that is $1,000 a month, 12 months a year. That's $1,200 off of your $31,200 gross pay. Now you're bringing gross pay wise $19,200. If we realistically double that, because your bills will probably be in the range of $1,000 a month, maybe, I suppose they could be around $500 a month. Let's say $500 a month. So 500 times 12, that's now 6,000. So now you're down to 13,200. You've probably got a car that needs maintenance. That, you know, like, you're seeing how quickly this money just goes away. Like, any employer watching this is why no one wants to work for even $15 an hour. Shit doesn't last. Live on your employee's wage for like 5 years and you'll understand why nobody wants to do that. Especially where, and like, I know saying this is gonna get some grief from like people, because I know, I literally worked with a manager who was like this, where you'll get like store managers or, you know, the highest paid people at the company going, well, I work hard too. No, you don't. You sit in an office all day and talk to people. Guess what? I sit in fundamentally an office all day and talk to people. This isn't hard. It's time consuming, sure. Can be stressful, sure. I'll grant both of those things. Having to perfectly produce 200 plus salads in an 8-hour shift to be considered adequate is not only stressful, time consuming, but it's also difficult and backbreaking. You know, that minimum wage worker is putting in more work and effort than you as a high-paid manager. They just are. They're more valuable than you are, but they're paid less. Quite honestly, I feel the pay scales are a bit ass backwards. Especially where, you know, a company could probably still mostly exist without managers. A company couldn't exist at all without its workers. Yet, it's always the managers getting the bonuses, and the workers get jack shit. Don't know why I've randomly got onto this topic of complaining about work culture, but Can you tell I hate it? Like, it's literally a case of, like, I've seen so much of this shit, and I've seen so many high-paid, snooty CEOs, upper management, you know, people who probably have almost never worked an actual day in their life, complaining that people don't want to work anymore. Like, no, people want to work. They just want to be paid to compensate them for their time. Like, if any of you out there watching me are actually, and you're still watching at this point, and you're actually let's say a six-figure earner even, like you earn six figures and you have that opinion, limit yourself and your lifestyle to that $30-some thousand a year amount and see how long you last before you're out of money. And when I say limit yourself to it, I mean lock away any extra money you get on top of that and only allow yourself that $600 a week gross. Remember to take off your deductions. So it's closer to around $500, $480 a week. See how long you last. See how long before you're already behind in your bills. See how long before you can't afford anything in your lifestyle anymore. See how long before you're agreeing that, yeah, that amount of money is nothing. Like, can almost guarantee almost nobody making six figures could actually live on a minimum wage payment per week. They wouldn't be able to afford their house. Or houses, because let's be real, a lot of them have multiple houses. Something I personally feel should be illegal. You do not need more than one dwelling. Unless it's on the same property. Like... but what about vacation homes? Yeah, those could be actual homes for people. And I'm sorry, but that's more important than you having somewhere to go on vacation. The average person can't even afford to take a vacation. So, you know, they might be able to if all the houses weren't being taken up by people, you know, buying them for rentals and vacation homes. And if they were actually getting paid living wages, might be able to then. But I'm gonna stop ranting. This has gotten to a heated rant. I am very disillusioned with modern society. As you might be able to tell. But yeah. That's gonna be it for today. I thank you all very much for watching and putting up with my rants. And I know a lot of you probably agree with a lot of what I was just saying, so I was kind of preaching to the choir, but like, sometimes you just gotta rant, you know? But yeah, thank you all very much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you back here tomorrow for more Animal Crossing New Leaf. Welcome, Amiibo. See you all then.